everything. Hey, you back? You muted. 1, 2, 3. Chinon, so can you hear him? You can hear Uwem.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or no? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Well, I can
Yes,
hear you.
thank you. Right. Oh dear. Let's see. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Where's Kwame? Kwame, can you hear me? No, I cannot hear you now, Kwame.
So on my...
All right.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
Fantastic.
Let's kick off.
Great.
Okay. So I'm going to cancel the sound on my other device. Can you all hear me as I speak? Yeah? Uwem, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So welcome everyone to today's session. And it's going to be an inspiring time for all of us. And Uwem has got a lot of nuggets to share. So Uwem, I'm going to give you the host so you could start sharing your slides and get us into motion. You now have the host. Uwem, you can now share your slides.
Thanks very much, Kwame. Okay.
Whilst we wait. So let me tell you a bit about Uwem. Uwem is an English teacher, a trainer, and an educational consultant. He's a learning expert and a product owner, a youth leader, and a coach. These are the many attributes about Uwem. But one word I know about Uwem is he's a teacher, someone whom you could engage with and hear stories. So I call him a storyteller. So the other things that we've also gotten to know about Uwem, he's a poet, an essayist. He loves nature, but he calls himself a student of nature. Amazing how to call yourself a student of nature. And we'll see so much of this when he goes through the presentation. Some other bits. He's also one of the contributors for the book, Improving Professional Learning Through In-House Inquiry. Uwem is a traveler, an active sportsman, and he plays Scrabble, likes to hold nice conversations. I think this is the beauty of it. Someone who loves to hold nice conversation and loves cuisine or special food. I've always been waiting for the time to join Uwem for dinner. So if anyone loves anything nice, good food, please do book some time with Uwem. Among all of this, Uwem will be spending some time engaging us and teasing our ears to inspire us on this particular session. So I would like to give the stage to Uwem and let him run with us. Uwem, the stage is all yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, William, for that, introduction, that wonderful introduction. And thank you, everybody, for coming. Sorry for the little glitch we had just a few minutes ago. Sometimes life can be very dramatic. No matter how prepared you are for life, sometimes it can just be dramatic, throw you off guard, but that's part of life. I guess that's what makes it interesting. Now, today's session is going to be quite exciting, like William just said, and the title is We're All Equipped for Life's Journey. You know, presenting today is William, Kwame Kosina, and myself. Now, like we all do know, knowledge gives some level of power. However, applied knowledge is very powerful, very, very powerful. Now, just imagine having a little kind of knowledge and then having to apply this knowledge in your daily life is extremely powerful. Now, we can all see on the screen here a bird. And most of us will be familiar with this bird, one of my favorite birds, the duck. Now, there's something about the duck I love so much. which is what I'm going to sort of concentrate on just a little while before we get into our own little, just to give you a little iceberg of a tip of the iceberg of what we're going to be doing today. Everybody is equipped for life's journey. That's the bottom line. But we do not know this. We do not realize this. But after this session today, we want to find out, how are we equipped to be successful in life by default setting? Now, I got this from studying nature, and I'm going to use nature predominantly as my platform to explore this conversation today. Now, the duck, like we all do know, of course, we'll have some breakout sessions, rooms at some point in time where we'll interact, do some work, and come back to give ourselves some feedback. Now, one of the birds that have always fascinated me is the duck. Now, that's because it's very special. It's an amphibious kind of bird equipped for life on the land, pond, lake, and also sky. So basically, it has the capacity to do very well, okay, in both environments. Now, looking at the physical property of the duck, you cannot but fail to recognize the webbed feet, the wings, and the beak. And it's very interesting if you go to the pond or you go to the lake, if you've got a lake near you, to watch the duck in flight. It's a very gracious bird that goes in flight. And I always enjoy watching them, the swarm of it, land on the water. It just looks like an aeroplane landing on a runway. Now, and the duck is also a very excellent swimmer. It can swim very nicely and survive underwater. Now, the duck can put its face inside the water for a lengthy period of time. It can also graze on grassland. That's basically because of its capabilities. Its digestive system can accommodate that. Now, these properties of the duck made me to go into contemplation, to think about how the duck was beautifully crafted and created for life's journey. And that really, really fascinated me. Now, the key features and characteristics that makes a duck such a success are, number one, I've seen ducklings when they're born, they're being nurtured by the immediate family and community. So right from when they're little, you have the mother duck, okay, that is just nurturing them, and they learn by default setting.
A few people in waiting room.
Okay, so
Please make me host.
I thought I did that earlier on.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm gonna oh, sorry, gonna just was recording meeting information. You know, I gotta get off that again. Kwame, what was it again? It was because when I go to the 3 dots there.
Yeah, so go to participants on Zoom and use and click on me and make me more and make me host.
Okay, I was looking at something else here. So, yep, I've sent it right now. Have you seen it?
Awesome.
Have you seen it?
Fire off. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Sorry, guys, for that little interruption. So as I was saying, so the ducklings, by default setting, see what the older ducks do and follow suit. And this is very important. Now, they stay on its habitat and terrain. Every creature is fashioned to succeed in particular terrains. These are the key features and characteristics that I've picked up from the duck. And they understand their unique capabilities. Now, what are the unique capabilities of the duck? It's got a webbed feet. Now, when you see a duck swimming in the water, graciously, underneath, they say, there's a lot of footwork going on. Now, it's got also wings. Now, you might think that the wing is just there for probably not necessarily decorative purposes, but it flies graciously and actually into the sky, because I've studied it for a while and I've seen it. And it's got a beak, and then the internal organ system makes it to know the kind of diet it should eat and what it shouldn't eat. And it stays within those, what I would call constraints, and doesn't deviate out of that. Now, not delving into terrains they're not equipped to deal with. These are some of the key things I found out that made the duck a huge success. And this was what I used to try to find out, to try to categorize, to try to hypothesize on how the default setting that we all have, because everybody, every creature that comes to Earth by default setting is created for success, is created for adaptability, is created to be successful. That is the way Mother Nature intended it to be. Now, this is very exciting, very, very exciting times for us. So the next thing we're going to do right now is we're going to break up into rooms. And each room is going to be allotted an animal. And here is the task. We're going to have a robust conversation about the animal. Each room is going to be given an animal. So you're going to have a conversation in that room and note down what makes that animal successful. And the things you could consider are what makes the animal thrive well, the unique features it's got, the habitats, its relationship with other animals, how it fends for itself, etc. And after 10 minutes, we will have a feedback. So you'll come back, we'll take a feedback, and each group will have a feedback to the audience. Maybe one person, a spokesperson. It's supposed to be an enjoyable activity, hopefully. So I'm gonna just hand you over to William now, which is gonna allot you to rooms now, and each room will be given an animal to talk, have a little conversation around.
Uwem,
Yes, sir.
the breakout function is disabled on my system. So should we just go ahead, please?
Okay, great. All right. So if it's disabled, then if the next slide, we can see about 12 animals here. There are about 12 animals here on this slide. This was supposed to be the next activity, and we were supposed to have, each group was supposed to have looked at the dolphin, the crocodile, the monkey, and all these things. But let's just take the dolphin, for example. If you can just type it on the chat, or you can just unmute yourself and just say something. What do you think is the unique capability of the dolphin? Let's have a little, like, kind of 5 minutes rough interaction around these animals here, their unique capabilities. So the dolphin, you can unmute yourself or just type it on the chat, the unique capabilities of dolphin, please.
Yeah, I think the dolphin is the king of the sea. Gosh. But one thing I like about the dolphin is some dolphins can play football. I couldn't believe it when I first saw dolphins use their mouth to play football.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. That's superb. You want to say anything, please? Just, yep. Okay. I think something's on the chat box. It's human-oriented. It can adapt to being around humans more than any fish. Excellent. Thank you, Moses. And Sibu, thank you for that. Yep. That's something unique about the dolphin. Yep.
I think dolphins are very special creatures because they are very playful and they are friendly to humans as well.
Thank you very much for that, Abby. Well done. Thank you. So we've got quite some key things here about dolphin. Anybody want to add something quickly about dolphin? We can take one more point about dolphin. You can type it on the chat or you can unmute yourself.
I've watched movies where dolphins help rescue people and bring them to the land part. So I don't know if that is true, but I mean, I think that really amazing about them if that is true.
Yep, that's right. Thanks, Abby. Now, dolphins are extremely intelligent creatures. You will never hear about a dolphin killing somebody. You never. Unlike sharks, when they feel threatened. You can hear a shark kill somebody, but you cannot hear about a dolphin killing somebody. Instead, they save people. Now, let's move over to the croc very quickly, please. What do you think? Typing on the chat is the unique capability of the crocodile. You can type it on the chat, or you can just unmute yourself and just tell us what you think is the unique capability of the crocodile.
Unlike animals, I think unlike dolphin, I was going to say, I think they are not friendly, and they could kill people. They injure humans, and so I just believe they are just in their own habitat. Even their counterparts, they run away from them because of the fear of the fact that they could kill them. So yeah, that's what I think about them.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for that, Abby.
One other thing I think about crocodile is they have the ability to hide, kind of disguise under dirty water to catch their food for the day.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Florence, for that. Anything else anybody want to add? We can take one more before we move on to the next one. You can type it on the chat, or you can just unmute yourself.
I think it's got a strong survival instinct. It lives for long. That's what I know about crocodile.
All right. Okay. Thanks very much for that, William. We also know that crocs have got very powerful jaws. They can open their mouth very wide, and when they open it very wide and catch their prey, they snap it. They have that powerful grip. That's another thing that makes them very, very adaptable to the environment and survival. Okay. We got something here. Crocodiles are the largest and the heaviest of present-day reptiles, which can spring out of water at a daring speed compared to anything. That's right. So speed, agility. Okay, that's a very powerful point. Thanks very much. That's from Moses. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's look at the monkey very quickly. What can we say about the monkey, the capability? We're coming to something, so we're not just saying, oh, we're coming here when we're talking to us about animals, are we kids? No, we're coming to something, the capabilities. Because if we can identify the capabilities of animals by default setting, then we want to be able to head to our own capabilities by default setting as well. Right, again, we got here from Muta, crocodiles are reptiles. The physical characteristics of crocodiles make them good predators. Crocodiles are fast over short distances, sharp teeth, and strong bite. So when they grab an animal, they have a strong bite. Thank you very much for that, Muta. Okay, let's move over to the monkey now. What can we say quickly about monkey?
I would say that monkeys are very sportish in nature, from that in the sense that they can jump from one tree, no matter how high it is, from one tree to the other, because of the ability to move their body, their legs. That gives them to be able to survive in even in areas that others can't survive.
Thanks very much for that. They're very, very agile, quick. You know, they swing from tree to tree. The speed in swinging, that's one of the key characteristic features that makes them live very, very well. Okay, what about sheep? What can we say about sheep? That's right. Monkey have their own set of fingerprints as well. Thanks very much for that. Excellent. We've got this stuff there. Yeah, thank you. Brilliant and smart. They're similar to humans and could mimic humans. That's right. Intelligent beings as well. What can we say about the sheep then? Anything about the sheep? We're trying to catch up with the time now. Sheep. Followers. That's right. Thanks for that. Followers. Sheep follow. That's right. They're meek. Okay. Thank you, Muta. Yep. Muta says that sheep are followers. They're meek. That's their nature. Okay.
Their skin keep us warm. Or the what?
Sorry, say again, William.
Is it the fur? They can be used to keep us warm.
That's right. That's right. They produce wool, right?
Yeah.
It's just their nature. They produce it. They take them and share off the wool, and they just keep producing it. They don't. You cannot. It's not like, oh, we want to train them. No, it's just their nature. It's inherent in them to just produce wool, and they keep sharing it or using it to manufacture clothing that we use during winter time. Okay, thanks for that, everybody. Blue whale. I've actually seen a blue whale in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California. What do we know about the blue whale? Anybody here? One or two things about the blue whale?
With the blue whales, from what I know about blue whales, they can travel for a very long distance. They move from one area to the other according to the weather, and they travel in family sometimes, which makes them to be able to overcome their prey of who other animal that comes against them.
Okay, they travel up to 8,000 miles a year for the blue whale. I've actually seen a couple of them, and the blood vessels of the blue whale is enough for you to swim in it. The heart of a blue whale is the size of a Mini Cooper car, and it's the largest creature on earth that was created by God. Now, here is a question for everybody. Just keep this question in your mind as we travel along. The ocean and the blue whale, which one came first in terms of the order of existence? Was it the whale that was created first, or was it the ocean that was created first? All right, ocean. Thank you, Juma. Ocean, very good. Now, if the ocean was created first, it therefore means that, okay, the blue whale was created secondarily. Now, the blue whale could not have been created. It would not make any sense to have created the blue whale without an ocean for the blue whale to live in. It wouldn't have made any sense. We're not talking about rivers now. We're not talking about streams now. We're talking about ocean. There is no way on earth that there would not have been an ocean, something big enough with that capacity to handle the blue whale. That is what happens. So before you and I were created, before we came into existence here, there was an habitat already prepared for us as well to come in to thrive and successfully. There was an environment created for us as well to come in and thrive successfully. That is why we're looking at nature, studying nature, looking at their capabilities in order to be able to translate this, to extrapolate this into our human level and endeavors as well. Now, let's look at the elephant. Maybe we're going to stop at the camel. Let's look at the elephant. What can we, any unique thing about the elephant that we can remember or we know?
Yeah, I guess just like the blue whale, the elephant is probably the largest creature or animal that lives on land, I would say.
That's correct. That's correct. Thanks very much for that, Casey. Melu. Now, that is a very powerful thing on land. The weight of these things, it's amazing. And they have the capability to, if they stamp you, they crush you literally. They just crush you. And amazingly, they have a very, very powerful memory from what science says. And of course, they have their own unique way of communicating, trumpeting. And lastly, let's take the last one, probably the camel. What can we say about the camel? Please.
It's a traveler and it stores water.
That's right. We all know that about the camel. Traveler, stores water. If a camel comes in to drink, you'll be shocked at how much water it can consume. And again, it can go 4 weeks without drinking water because it has the capacity to store water, especially in the, I used to live in the desert region before. You have lots of camels there, you know, and you can just imagine how they can thrive in that environment. Now, it'll be difficult to have other animals thrive so well like they thrive. They're thriving in the desert environment because when they go and drink water, they can go for a long time without having a drink. Now, thank you very much, everybody, for that fantastic contribution. And we're going to move on just now. Okay. Now, this was supposed to have been the feedback to have had it from the groups. We've already had that interaction and feedback. Now, just a little snippet of the success elements of other animals. Now, the leopard, we know, is in the cat family, spotted, and they have climbing capabilities. They've got powerful claws and a short sprint ability. And now I've watched in the jungle plains of Tanzania and Kenya, when I see this after they kill their prey, they drag it up the tree and they just have their meal there nicely. Now, other cats don't have that capability. It only takes the leopard with that capability. And now the leopard understands this capability and utilizes this capability very well to adapt to its environment and to have a successful life. Now, here are animals that we know, like the giraffe, created very differently. This is another animal specifically designed in a very unique way. Long neck, okay, long legs, very powerful kicks. If they kick you, you would feel the impact. I've seen the giraffe, and they're friendly too. I've actually had a kiss from a giraffe before in Kenya. I was standing in the deck where they just came and just kiss you, and they said it's the kiss or something has got antibacterial properties. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they said. Maybe they wanted to get money from us. I don't know. But you see, but you will never see a giraffe pretending to be a lion, jaguar, or leopard, or elephant, or the cheetah, which was designed for speed, terrific speed, up to 75 kilometers per hour. Now, if animals can understand their capabilities, if animals can use these capabilities to survive in life very nicely, very well, what about us, who are supposed to be the apex of God's creation? What about us? Have we even understood our capabilities? That's the question. Look at the eagle. We all watch on National Geographic Channel. We read lots of things about the eagle and their capabilities, powerful eyesight, powerful claws. They hunt with almost 100%, nearly 100% accuracy. From great heights, they can dive down into water and capture the prey and take it up to the heights for enjoyment. They know that on land, they might not be the smartest in terms of handling you. So they take you to heights. And because they have that ability to take you to very great heights, like if they take a snake up to the great heights, the snake loses a sense of balance up there. Now, from all these animals I've shown, the key capabilities of these animals makes them to survive nicely. Now, if these animals have understood their capabilities, here is my question: what about us? So why am I sharing all these? What has it got to do with me? That's the question. What has it got to do with me? Well, it's just to make us understand that just like these animals have been created and equipped for their sojourn here on earth, so have we as humans been equipped for our sojourn here on earth as well, by default setting. It's not about religion now. Whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever you are, you have been equipped for your sojourn here on earth. Now, one thing is, you'll never see these animals trying to impersonate what they have not been equipped with. And that is why they utilize their toolkit very nicely. You can never see a fish out of water wanting to be a land creature. Each animal, they stay in their habitat, their zone, and operate in their own zone. That's so nice. That's a lovely lesson there. Now, humans, we are now come to the humans. We're supposed to be the apex of creation, the apex. We find out that majority of us on earth have not yet either understood or discovered our toolkit. talk less of mastering our toolkit and utilizing them effectively to live life and overcome life's challenges. That is true. Most of the time, you find out that humans, majority of the time we do trial and error, turn one thing out, it doesn't work, and accidentally bump into something else, the correct thing, or accidentally striking success. But there has been no set pattern like the animals, because the animals have been very successful. When they're born into the community, and the community grooms them. The community nurtures them, and they follow the pattern of the community, and they become successful. A lion has cubs. The cubs learn from the mother lion and how they hunt and how they do things, and they stay in that capability range and become successful. So if they're doing that, why is it that humans, we are not having a set pattern to discover our capabilities and in order to be able to be successful? And I think that's the first and most important thing for us to do as humans. When we are born, we are to discover ourselves, our toolkit, and then develop these toolkits in order to be able to start life nicely. Now, this leads me to the next most important question. How do we do this? Because it's always that question, how, the how. It's fair enough to understand that we've got a problem here, but how do we do this? Now, when a child is born into a family, from a family, a community. The community you find yourself or surround yourself with. That's the first social environment that you find yourself, family, community. If you go Christian, church, Muslim, mosque, whatever you believe in, that community, that's what forms the nurturing ground for you. However, it will take a very focused approach to be able to identify our strengths, talents, and our skills in order for us to be able to develop them. See, from the pattern of the animals, I've been studying them, they have this focus. Tasks are set by the parents to the little ones to overcome, all in a bid to nurture, to bring out the skills and the capabilities they have in order to be able to either hunt successfully or be successful in life. So we as humans, what are we doing to be able to identify our strengths, our talent, and our skills in order to be able to develop them? Now, we have natural abilities and tendencies, what I call natural capabilities. I'm not talking about school now, because school is supposed to be a place where these things are nurtured. They bring out these things in you, but you cannot nurture what you don't have a personal understanding. Some people may use the word revelation, a personal understanding that you've got. You cannot nurture that. There are some people that you know are just very nice people in life. They smile very effortlessly. There are some people, to be honest with you, to smile, it takes a bit of an effort from them. It's just, they struggle with smiling. And some people from some races too, some part of the world struggle with laughing heartily. They just, we, especially people, not trying to be racist, but people from some particular parts of the world laugh a lot more effortlessly, broadly, than some people, And you find out that some people warm up to people very effortlessly, very comfortable around them. People feel comfortable around them, and it's just natural. That's the natural ability they've got. These people always end up doing very well in jobs or occupations that involve interpersonal relationships and people's skills. Put them in any customer service job that they need to interact with clients face to face, they do very well. It's a natural ability. It's a natural tendency they've got. You see? Natural aptitude, following trends and patterns from birth. Do we follow our trends and patterns from birth? You find out that, I mean, as an educationist that I am, I have worked from nursery level. Yes, nursery, because I was curious and I had to take time out to go and work in the nursery to understand kids, apart from my own kids, to see, just to document my thought patterns about what I've been studying for some time. So I work in nursery, worked in second and primary, worked in secondary, worked in post-secondary, and also first degree and even master students. And I thought I was able to correlate. And I said, my goodness, what I have found out with data is powerful observation, research. In masters is what they call triangulating, being able to triangulate these patterns. So there are people who are right from birth very good with their hands, right from when they're born. They spend a lot of their time either dismantling toys, trying to reassemble the toys, and always trying to investigate how things work, trying to build these things. Yet, when they're progressing in life, you find out that either their parents would shift them to what the parents would probably want them to be. Maybe they want them to be lawyers, or they want them to be doctors, or they want them to be some sophisticated nomenclatured person. But right from birth, they have actually started to display their technical ability. These people would probably be better ending up being engineers or technicians, since they're always good with fixing stuff, repairing things. So why would we want to steer them away from that? Why would we want them to be something they don't want to be? And we take them into a different habitat, a different terrain, and expect them to excel, and expect them to do well, and expect them to just be happy. A food for thought for all of us. Now, here is what I would say from my own little studies and observations and things, how the starting point would be like, okay? Childhood, right from when a child is born, allowing children to develop naturally and not trying to hinder them in whatever they're trying to do, as long as they're safe, healthy, and whatever they're doing does not cause a nuisance to other people. Sometimes it could, there's nothing wrong about that. That's what they do in nursery. They just set up PlayStations and they just let them to go and explore, especially in Montessori with their hands. So they just explore stuff. They do things. Come and ride a bike. This one say, I don't want to ride a bike. Some would go into the water and start playing with water, with sand. Messy play, they call it. Some would say, you know what? They just go and sit in a corner and just observe stuff. Some would just sit down in a puzzle, in a workstation of a puzzle, and just be very, very intrigued about how puzzles work. They try to fix it at that age. I've seen kids fix puzzles in a fantastic way that I would say, my goodness. So it's imperative to allow them to be expressive and themselves. Expose children to an array of activities. Through these, we can discover the skills, the strengths, the talents that these children are endued with, because that's what you want to focus your energy on, to expose them to that area so that they can grow with it and nurture it. Now, at the secondary level, what I mean by secondary, okay, assuming you've got kids, they've missed out on that early stage, what can we do at the secondary level? Again, it's important to allow them to choose their own subjects based on personal preferences, talents, and strengths. Don't impose, you can suggest. When they are being forced to make choices that they do not enjoy, it always ends up being counterproductive. Even when they get to college and university, for those who have the academic tendency, it's important to allow them to choose courses, careers, pathways that they feel most comfortable with, confident with, and adventurous with. This way, their passion will be sustained. And whatever they do, they'll be able to enjoy it, which will make it a win-win for them. What do I mean by win-win? They will enjoy it. It may not give them the kind of money they would have wanted, or we would have thought that success is all about money. No. Some people look at success as being able to even impact other people. Success is not measured in terms of monetary terms. Success is measured in terms of your ability to fulfill what your heart desires to do in life. If you're able to fulfill that, that's success. Success is very relative. It's not something that we've measured in the terms of Bill Gates and people like that. There's some people who have spent their whole life, we don't hear about them, in hinterland, helping to develop things for people, provide water for people. Nobody hears about them. I've seen people in my travels who have been in hinterland in Africa, providing education for people free of charge. They don't get paid. Nobody gives them a dime. They just use their own money. Nobody knows about it. They don't get rewarded. But that's what gives them joy. That's success to them. They're happy. Now, I'm going to have to make a disclaimer here. I'm not saying that the young ones should not be counseled. They should not be given advice. That's not what I'm saying. After all, whatever course and choices you make in life, you must be able to put food on the table and pay bills. And if what they choose does not put food on the table for them, we would be doing them sort of disservice if we don't advise them accordingly. Have you thought about this? Have you considered this? How are you going to put food on the table? And they can think about, how they can convert that talent skill to be able to not just have self-satisfaction, but to be able to sustain themselves economically as well, because that's the reality of our life. So that's just a disclaimer there. Now, what about middle age and old age? If we missed it at middle age and old age, I'm not trying to insult anybody to say everybody's old, but sometimes we got to grow younger. Yeah. If we missed it at that sort of situation in life, what do? Now, there is help available. That's the purpose of this. There is the self-audit document. I'm going to share a snapshot of it with you here to help you identify your areas of strength and talent if you're at a loss. If you feel you've not exactly grasped it, you didn't get it right at earlier age, it's okay. Don't fret, don't feel bad. It's not that bad, there's help. Now, if you look at my screen here, there is this snippet. I'll give you just a minute or two to have a look at it. This self-audit document can help you to really have a conversation with yourself to find out, okay, where do I think I fit in life? Just have a look at it. I'll give you just a minute to have a look. I know there are about 20 questions there, but if you need it later on, send an email to me or William, we can make it available to you. Now, at the first glance, this document might seem like, something I could easily answer these questions in a split second. I know the people I've coached in life, I've worked with in life, you look at this document, and some of them, it took them about a month to complete this document, because it's supposed to be a focused approach, something you focus to be able to get yourself to know, because it's something that you're looking at an audit, you're auditing yourself. Now that gives you an insight into how to possibly progress to know, okay, right, this is where to fit in. Yeah. I would imagine everybody has had a chance to have a look at the document before William, do you think I should move on to the next slide, or is...
For 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. Now, knowing these talents / skills can help position or reposition you to know what areas in life you should be focusing on. Another angle I want to introduce here is the spiritual. This aspect of your life cannot be neglected too. Are you in tune with the higher being part of you? Because that's a fact. We may not acknowledge it, but there is something higher than us. You didn't just come into existence. There's something higher than us. A plant, someone planted a plant somewhere. A car that you see, someone made a car. A car didn't just come from nowhere. Everything we're using today, someone made it. So it means that if the things we're using today, someone made them, it means that even us too, we are products from somewhere. And now you don't need to agree with me, that's okay too. But it's just an angle. Have you considered that? Are you in tune with that higher being part of you? Because sometimes if you align yourself, with that higher being, it creates success. If you don't, when frustrating moments come, when disappointments come, when the storms of life come, how do you handle that? Now, in conclusion, these are my major takeaways. We're going to have a chance for just questions and comments and things like that. In conclusion, we have all been equipped for life's journey. That's a fact. That's a statement of fact. It doesn't matter the race, color of your skin, religion, whatever you belong to, it doesn't matter. It is by default setting. Like we look at the animals, we have been equipped for life's journey. Here is the thing. It is our responsibility to discover our skills, talents, and strengths. No one can do that for you. It is also our responsibility to develop these skills, talents, and strengths to maximize productivity. It is also our responsibility, seems like we have a lot of responsibilities here, to make sure that we immerse ourselves in the right environment that will help us to flourish and nurture our strengths, skills, and talents. This way, we will succeed in life. This way, we would have made known our toolkit and adapted this toolkit to live life day to day. So, question, comments, contributions. I hope I've not bored you with endless talking. You want to ask a question, please, or unmute yourself and just ask a question. William is here keeping an eye, or you want to put it in the chat box, please feel free.
Very reflective, Uwem, extremely reflective. I've taken a look at all these animals, and this moment has given me enough opportunity to see each one and its capability. I was waiting for the chicken, but if anyone has got questions, insights, thoughts,
yep,
please do share.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to say a word or two. For full disclosure, I have known Uwem for quite a while. Having he knows how far back we did go. We went to the same university, but this is the first time I've joined one of these chats on Zoom, and I must commend you. This wasn't quite what I expected. I didn't expect it to be as rich and as in-depth as it has turned out, and there are certainly a lot of takeaways. And I must say to you, when I'm really proud to be associated with you, and to know that I actually have someone that, know someone that is able to deliver such an in-depth package that that is so far-reaching. I just, when it comes to the animals that were used as illustrations, in addition to everything that you said, I think it just shows that we've all got our purpose in life, every single one of us. It doesn't matter how different we approach things, how differently we look at things. But at the end of the day, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses, and it is on those strengths that we should, try to be impactful on not just our immediate society, but in the general society, to be able to make any kind of meaningful contribution um, to this world, or to the community or society, whichever way you want to look at it. So yes, we are all diverse, we are all unique in our own ways, and we all have our purpose in life. Only if we can realize what those purpose are and be able to maximize them to our benefit and the benefit of others. And thank you also, William. I've never met you, but you seem to know your stuff as well. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to take part in more of these discussions going forward. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Chinonso. A real pleasure to hear your thoughts and your
Yeah,
feedback.
sorry. Just one other thing. My name is actually Casey. Chinos is my son's name.
Okay,
I wasn't able to change it to my name, but Casey is my name. Sorry
awesome,
for
Casey.
that. Yeah.
Thank you. Any additions
Yeah,
to
hello.
go ahead?
Hello, everyone. My name is Umota. Uwem, thanks. And thank you, moderator. Thank you very much. It was quite insightful. As Uwem talked, I was dreaming about the different animals and, just thinking out of the box, and I was wondering, do animals, we being human, have different capacities? Can we take one thing from one and the other? In business, people want to be domineering, to become the elephant and be fast like the crocodile and, hold whatever they get and, just to climb up and dominate and, just take over. Um, I thought about that, because sometimes we think of ourselves as one thing, but I think also in addition that, the environment or the situations we find ourselves could bring out some other unique characters in us, and then again, when you were talking about, was the water created for the whale or the whale, before the water? And I think of us human being here on earth, and it seems like, yes, we're created for the earth. So what are we looking for in the moon? So again, I'm just, sharing my thoughts, which sometimes are just, out of the box. So what are we doing in the moon? And should we actually remain where, in our domain, where it's suitable, where it's comfortable in our comfort zone? Or is it okay to now and then go to the moon and see what's going on there? Just my little contributions. Uwem, thank you very, very much for this invite. And it was a very rich time to spend with you and the rest of us here. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Muta.
Thank you. I think we've stretched ourselves past 6 minutes. One more contribution, please do type in your stuff. As Uwem said, we should be on time and leave on time so everyone can enjoy their weekend. So one more contribution. We say a big thank you to Uwem. Anyone has got a contribution before we
yes.
go ahead?
Thank you so much, Uwem and William, for putting this together. It's absolutely awesome. At this point in my life, and it's just coincidental that this is the area of my thought right now. And I'm so glad I am opportune to join this program, because I was thinking about so many things that is going on in my life, and I'm trying to so much has been said and so much has been taught that I'm trying to navigate everywhere now that, okay, it's not by mistake that I'm where I am right now, and there must be something in it for me. So that's I have learned today. And also that, yeah, like you said about the fact that the habitat was created first before the mammals inside of the sea and all of that. So definitely there's a reason why they were where they are. And also, they will definitely fulfill in that particular place that they were created into. And peradventure they find themselves outside of that place, they probably will struggle. Like if the whales had to be on land, you will not be able to thrive, right? So that's another takeaway for me. And I'm like, okay, so much to put together at the end of this lecture. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And especially, let's say, a thank you to our storyteller, teacher, change expert, mentor, and it just goes on. We could add one more. How would we call someone with so much knowledge about animals? But well, you've peppered our ears, you've shared so much insight that I can now go down to my son and start talking about crocodiles, but sharing the capability of such of an animal. In this time, I think our hour has been very, very fruitful, and we want to say a special thank you to everything you've shared for us on the session. And for everyone who's joined us and added comments, thoughts, insights, we want to see you again. So keep an eye out. Uwem has got books. Uwem has got Enrich Your Mind. He would like you to come onto the platform and engage. But keep an eye out for the second session. It will be powerful, and we'll be looking at the animals and enriching our thoughts on these animals. Have a wonderful evening, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. We may not be able to call everybody's names, but thank you for coming. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. And have a fantastic weekend. Thank you very much, William. And
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, and bye-bye. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Uwem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Costa Blue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Costa, thank you.
Thank you, PC Melu.
See you soon.
See you soon.
All right, bye. All right, William, bye too.
Bye. Should we catch up on phone?
Yep, yep, we will do that. Yeah.
I'll end the session. Everyone,
Yeah.
have a wonderful day. See you all soon.